Hey, what's up homies, you Fragment here. Welcome to another fragrance video. Today, I wanted to talk about my favorite fragrance that I've personally worn and tested for imaginary authors. As y'all know, I have had the short story collection for a bit now. I have pretty much the entire line in here. I think there's only like 4 or 5 that I haven't been able to try out, which we'll get to those eventually. But all of the ones in here were the ones that I was very much interested in based on their notes composition, their imaginary notes, the story behind them all. But I was actually really surprised by the one I found to be the most interesting and the one that I wore the most out of all of them. And that one, ready, pulling it out of the book, if I can get it out, is this one, Memoirs of a Trespasser. So I was actually shocked that I liked this one this much. You know, there's so many unique and different scents that I picked up with this short story collection. And this is honestly my first big foray into niche. This is the first line where I've smelled them and like, oh crap, this is what niche perfumery smells like. It's just so different, it's so out there, and I honestly love it. It's so cool to see all these different scents and to just picture before even smelling them how these notes are going to mix together and stuff, and how it's going to come off my skin and what people are going to think of them. Which, believe it or not, a lot of people, like, I've gotten like almost no compliments from almost all of these except for this one, which I could not believe. Honestly, I was going to choose Cobra and the Canary as my favorite, but the more I wore this one, and spoiler alert, based on the performance and stuff I got out of it, if I was going to get a bottle of any of the ones that I've tested, this would be the first one I've got. So this one was actually launched in 2012 with the perfumer being Josh Meyer, who's perfumed every single one of these. Let's talk about the notes. We got Madagascar vanilla, Gaiac wood, myrrh, benzoin resin, ambrette seeds, and oak barrels being that imaginary note. And just like all of them, they all have at least 1 or 2 imaginary notes that don't actually exist, but the scent's supposed to kind of give off that effect. And it definitely does in this one with the woody vanilla scent you get out of it. Some of the notes in there that are a little weird that some people might not know. Benzoin resin is like a balsamic, sweet vanilla woody scent. So it lends to that woody vanilla that you get from this one. And also the ambrette seeds. It's also called musk mellow, and it's kind of like a sweet floral musk, which you definitely still get with this one. This is why I think this is so cool. And I think this also leans more unisex, just like all of them do. As I've worn and tested a lot of these imaginary author scents, I've noticed that this is a true niche unisex house. I know in some houses they say unisex, but they tend to lean more masculine, like Precious Liquids. The Blue Agave definitely leans more masculine, and this one for sure is unisex. I could definitely see a woman wearing this. Personally, I love it. I love the scent. The vanilla is ridiculously natural, and I know there have been some comments about some stuff not smelling natural from the line, but to my nose, this is a natural vanilla. When I think of synthetics, I think of stuff from like Versace Eros, that screechy, sugary sweet vanilla. This is not sugary sweet. This is not a gourmand. It's a natural vanilla scent, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a similar vanilla to what you get from a whiff of waffle cone, which I cannot believe I like that one so much. It's just delicious ice cream, but still not feeling like a full gourmand, at least to me. And another crazy thing is I pulled this off in the Texas heat. Now, it's not full summer heat here yet. I mean, it's spring, but it's starting to warm up. We're in like the 70s around here. This still smells so freaking good. And believe it or not, past the mark where I would say most fragrances trail off and I just don't pick them up on my skin at all, I'm constantly getting whiffs of this one in the air. Like I'm smelling it as I walk by. 6-7 hours later, I'm still picking it up, and I just couldn't believe it. That rarely ever happens. One of the only other ones that's happened, or that's done that for me before, is Polo Blue EDP. I couldn't believe it. I was like, no way, this is ridiculous. I could not believe 6+ hours later I could smell this. And speaking of longevity, I get about 6+, 7+ hours easily. I mean, people still picking it up as I walk by. The sillage on this stuff is freaking ridiculous. I don't know if it has to do with the notes, just coming off my skin really crazy. I don't know if any of y'all have any similar experiences. Let me know in the comments below. But I mean, yeah, out of all of them, this was the only one, kind of besides Cape Heartache. I could pick up the strawberry a little bit later down the line, but the vanilla, I could just easily pick it up. That just amazing woody vanilla. It's great. I'd be hesitant to say that this is like a full like versatile scent. I still think it leans a little more cool, but I mean, I like it so much. Like when I get a full bottle of this eventually, I'm gonna wear this whenever the hell I want to, and you should too if you like these kind of scents. That's pretty much it. There's not much more. I don't think there's any more praise I can just throw on top of this. I guess I could just talk about in relation to the imaginary note. I think it does lend to the woodiness of this scent. It's nice and woody, vanilla, just slight freshness that keeps it from being like a full-on winter scent. But yeah, that's Memoirs of a Trespasser. I'm extremely impressed. I felt like I had to talk about this one first because it was my favorite out of the line. I think I might do Cobra and the Canary next. That's a beautiful leather scent that everybody talks about, and I can see why. But with that, that's the end of this video, and please like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all later.